106 R&B and Throwbacks on 106 Live Radio. Atlanta's music leader.
Streaming live from Atlanta to a global audience on your favorite device. From Source of Wellness Media, we are 106inspiration.com.
Get focused, get noticed, move forward. You know it, right? Focused, get noticed, move forward. You know it, right? Focused, get noticed, move forward.
You can be. Watch where she take 'em, full of inspiration, get your daily motivation.
Right, focused, get noticed, move forward. You know it, right? Focused, get noticed, move forward.
Who is ready to be in the 106 Live Radio studio with your girl, Robin Shockley, who's on fire with interviews in the community? Tune in to Focus Forward with Robin Shockley, broadcasting live from Atlanta, Georgia, on the first and third Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. here on 106liveradio.com. Robin Shockley is on all social media platforms. Reach out to her at booking@robinshockley.com. If you're in the Atlanta, Georgia area or would like to join her virtually, connect with her. Connect with her now to lock in your interview dates. Now I present to you Robin Shockley. Focus Forward with Robin Shockley introduces Ernestine Young. Ernestine Young is a mother, wife, and entrepreneur. She is a native of Mobile, Alabama, but currently resides in Midland, Georgia. And her husband of 33 years, Andrew Young Sr. They have 2 children together, a son, Anthony Young Jr., and a daughter, Victoria Young. Ernestine loves having events for women at her home. She believes all women need to change from their everyday routine. Ernestine also enjoys planning parties and creating beautiful, elaborate, grand balls, which are her favorite. Ernestine loves giving women the opportunity to change the narrative and dress up as queens they are with everyone, fellowship in beautiful gowns. Ernestine enjoys creating different atmospheres that all beautiful queens deserve. Queen E is a motivational speaker full of desire to help others to become the best version of themselves. Ernestine is a speaker and owner and founder of Junior Queens Embroidery, owner and founder of Queen's Kingdom Living. Queen E has had the great pleasure of singing on programs for Pitt Chapel AME, 4th Street Ministry Baptist, Walker Temple, Antioch Baptist, Rose Hill Memorial Baptist, Faith Tabernacle, and the list goes on and on. I present to you Miss Ernestine Young.
camera. Hey, welcome to Focus Forward with Robin. We have Ernestine Young in the building. Shout out to Ernestine Young. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. We're about to talk about all the wonderful things going on in your life as well as your book.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give us an understanding of your book and all that's going on with that.
Well, my book was inspired when I found out I was having my daughter. I lost my first daughter.
Oh.
And once I realized I was pregnant for the second time and found out I was having a girl, I knew that I wanted my life to be where I would be representing the best version of myself.
Mhm.
And so I started digging deep in my word to apply the biblical principles to my life so that once my daughter was born, I would be able to represent the woman that God molded and shaped me to be for
Okay.
my daughter. Mm-hmm.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful. What's the sales of it doing? Is it doing good on the charts?
It is actually. I'm selling books daily. People are stopping me in stores
Mhm.
and contacting me on social media and telling me that they want to have a better relationship with their mothers.
Mm.
So it's been amazing.
Yeah.
It's been amazing.
Talk to me about your relationship with your mother, though.
Oh, my relationship with my mother is amazing.
Yeah.
My mother calls me every day.
That's a
We
good
talk
thing.
every day. I'm truly blessed to have the relationship that I have with my mother. Even when I go out of town, when I came to Atlanta, I have to call and let her know I'm leaving. So that relationship is very special. I know that she always want to know what's going on in my life, and vice versa. We talk about everything, including my daughter, all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I see she's sitting next to you. She's so pretty.
Oh,
She
thank
looks just
you.
like you, actually.
Thank you. We get that a lot.
Do you?
Yes, we do. My high school friends tell me that's me reincarnated.
Yeah. Anything else going on with you besides the book?
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I just had a Queen's event at my home this past weekend.
Nice.
We all dressed up and everyone was excited because they've heard about the Queen's Ball event that I have, and I
Mhm.
like to have different women to experience it.
Okay.
I only have about 12 women each event,
Okay.
so it won't be overwhelming, so that we can truly get out of it what they came to to get. I let them know the moment they stepped into the room that they would not be stepping out of the room the way they stepped in.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
What are some of the things that goes on at the Queen's event?
Well, we first everybody meet and greet,
Okay.
and everybody tell the other ladies how they met me
Mhm.
and what they do for a living, because it's also like a networking environment.
That's good.
Mhm. So that if someone is doing something that another woman can connect with that can take them to the next level, I make sure that I bring on different women that have never met each other so that they can connect
Mhm.
and show each other what they're doing in their arena.
Okay.
And maybe that person can go and share some things that they're doing so they can come together and help each other grow.
You do that every year?
I do. Yes, ma'am.
Every year.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. That's a good thing because women need a lot of support in a lot of different areas, I think.
Yes.
And I think there's a lot for us to learn.
Oh, yes.
Concerning different areas like business.
Yes.
Industry. I think all those
Yes.
are good things to learn.
Oh,
To
yes.
learn.
I also have it. I've had an event for mothers and daughters,
Okay.
and so that what I've been through with my daughter, someone else could be going through. Victoria's a registered nurse, and we had to go through some challenging times where some stuff could have been a little bit more difficult for her versus one of the other mothers. A lot of my friends are registered nurses and some are nurse practitioners. So Victoria was surrounded around all of that, but she had friends that parents did not have those connections. So I was able to invite those mothers and daughters to come and connect with some of the resources that we already had. So I just love inspiring and supporting and encouraging young ladies.
I'm looking at this Junior Queens in Training, My Blueprint. And that's the book, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I think that's amazing. How important do you think mother-daughter relationships are?
I believe it's everything. I know from day one, we don't really, a lot of us don't think about it, but from day one, our daughters are watching everything we do. Everything we say, how we represent ourselves, they're going to mimic everything that we do. And that is why Junior Queens in Training was created, so that we can understand that how we conduct ourselves and the young ladies that we are raising up is going to mimic that, so that they can be aware. And once they transition out of our home from up under our umbrellas, what you have installed in them, they're going to go out into the world.
That's true.
They're going to take that out into the world. So you want to make sure that they know how to represent the best version of themselves once they're out on their own.
That's good. Good. How important do you think it is to represent the family name, though? I think that's a good thing.
Oh, yes. I remember when Victoria was in her teens and she started going out with friends. And I would always say this to my little junior queen. I said, remember not to embarrass the family.
Wow.
Always keep what you do. You're representing us now. So I think we should tell, express that to more of our daughters and let them know whenever you leave the house, you're representing the family and how we do things within our household.
And legacies are meant to be left.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
A good thing. You have a song, right?
I do.
You do have a song?
I do.
Talk to us about your song.
Well, I've been doing gospel music since I was 5 years old. My mom brought me up in the church. I did everything within the church. And when my parents realized that I could sing, they took me to choir practice. And I started leading songs. And once I was older, I started writing songs. And I have about 23 songs now under my
that's
belt.
A lot of songs.
Under my belt.
Do you write too?
Yes, I do.
That's amazing.
Yes, I do.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up, I'm a native of Mobile, Alabama.
Mobile, Alabama.
Yes, but I reside in Midland, Georgia now. Yes.
I just visited Alabama. Alabama is such a cute state.
Alabama the beautiful.
Yeah, it's a cute state. So have you collaborated with anybody on those songs?
Well, actually, on and off. I put my family first for many years. I've always wanted to make sure that I set the tone for my family, so that once they get from up under my umbrella, I wouldn't have to worry about them. So now that my daughter is living in Atlanta, she's able to handle her own business. She's a registered nurse, and our son is a firefighter now. God has allowed me to pick everything that I've always wanted to do back up again.
That's good.
And now I'm connecting with different people with my music now. Yeah.
Tell me about that journey.
Oh, it's been amazing. Now, I started writing a long time ago, but once I completed all the songs, I put them to the side. And now that I'm able to open everything back up, it's very exciting. I get so excited remembering all the songs that I wrote previously. These songs, a lot of them are from years ago that I'm able to look at again and refresh my memory of the songs that God planted within me. So now I'm talking to different people with studios and want me to get into the studio and start recording on a different level. I have a little mini studio at my home, and I recorded a couple of songs there. So I'm just ready to reach out and start tapping into different industries.
Such as?
Share
it all.
Oh, like the one I'm on right now, 106
Radio,
Live.
yes.
Oh yes, I feel so privileged to be here today.
Awesome.
Yes.
We enjoy having you. Trust
Thank
me.
you. Thank
Trust me, we
you.
love talented people. So,
Oh, thank you
what
so
other
much.
industries are you interested in?
Well, I have a couple of people that's working with me in Mobile. I have a couple of people in Columbus that has tapped into a few things that they working with on their projects and they want to get with me.
Okay.
So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I get in touch with the right people so that I can get the music out, get my music
Yeah.
out. Yes.
That's good. That's
yes.
good. I think that's amazing.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
wonderful. Do you want to share anything?
I would just like to say how.
Come up to the mic for us.
Is that better? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
we can hear you.
I just want to say how proud I am of my mom.
Oh,
she's worked
wonderful.
very hard to help my dad raise their family, and they literally put all of their time into me and my brother while we grew up. My brother played baseball since he was 4. I was in sports as well, so they put everything on the back end. Like she was telling you about her music, they put everything on the back end just to raise us. And now that we're older, have moved out, now it's her time. So
And
I'm
she set a
extremely
great
proud of
example
her.
for you guys,
Oh.
right?
She definitely did.
Yeah.
She definitely
Yeah, that's a heavy impact.
It is.
I'm pretty sure your friends are jealous.
Best mom ever.
Mr. Gray.
I'm just enjoying hearing your story here. And when you were talking about having these events, now what qualifies someone to be selected to come to your Queen event?
Well, I don't look at it as a qualification. I look at it as the people pretty much contacts me. And it's very rarely that I come across someone that, which I did this time actually. They call me and let me know because I have a list. Oh my God, I have a long list now because everybody have learned about my Queen's event at my home. But this particular time, it was a little special for me because I ran into a little junior queen. I was out grocery shopping, and I was giving out my cards for my book. And this little junior queen, she was newly married, expecting a baby, and she heard me talking to another young lady, and her husband actually said, "I would love for my wife to come to one of your Queen's event." And you just never know who's listening. And this young lady, I took her information and I told her we would love to have her because I actually was missing one person out for my 12.
Oh, wow.
And it was perfect. And it happens like that all the time.
Wow.
Yes.
And what you're doing is certainly impactful for the young ladies that you have in your organization because they'll remember that. And
Yes.
sometimes that reestablishes who they are as a person.
Yes.
And if a lot of women walking out, they don't realize that they're a queen on the inside.
Oh, yes.
They seem to take on whatever the world says that they are.
Yes.
But when you reinforce that in them, that really helps their self-esteem.
Yes, yes. Actually, we had that conversation. It's like a confirmation coming from you right now. The young ladies talked about exactly that, and I'm talking about doctors. One of the young lady works for the Pentagon that flew in, and she was letting me know she's a powerful woman in Christ Jesus. Her ministry is amazing, but she also let me know sometimes you lose yourself and you don't tap into that blueprint that I talk about so that in a way where she knows that she has royal blood running through her vein. And once she stepped into the atmosphere that I have surrounding me at my home, it was like a shift. And she said that it was just an experience, a new experience for her. Her mindset, the way she was thinking about things that she did has just shifted because she know now she's wearing that crown on her head, so she's going to think differently about everything that she do now and how she carry herself.
Wow. So where do you draw your inspiration from?
I stay in my word. I wake up every morning. Let me start from there. I wake up every morning at 5 o'clock. I get in my word. I fellowship with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit for instructions for today. And I never start my day without that step. And that's how I receive the inspiration that I get throughout the day. I get fed with the word, the living uncompromising word, and it keeps me going all day.
Wow, great answer. Great answer.
Thank you.
All right, we will be right back. We'll be coming right back. We're going to go to a break really quick, okay?
Yes.
Now that so-called friends are gone away. Yes, to you, my Lord, I pray that you would wipe these tears away.
106liveradio.com. Call us now. 404-464-8785.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
Hey there, this is Tanasha Gray, and I am a living testimony that there is no God like our God. Consider this a special invitation to pray with us every weekday morning from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. We are here together with Worship God Harvest Ministries with Minister John Jeremy and our global intercessory prayer team. We are here to pray for and with you. Meet us right here on 106inspiration.com. Your time of refreshing has come.
Hi, everyone. This is Glenisha McIntosh, author of GM Sunshine Devotionals. Join me every Sunday on the Upper Room beginning at 8 a.m. for a one-of-a-kind devotional experience as I bring to life devotionals from my book, Devotions for a Purposeful Walk. Don't miss it.
Did you know there are over 8,000 promises in the Bible? The possibilities are limitless. Let the everlasting promises of the great I Am be the soundtrack that you dance to each day. Keep them as your anthem. Friends, you were born to live an extraordinary full life, filled and punctuated with immense joy. As wellness enthusiasts, we encourage you to accept and apply, believe and receive, then confess the promises of I Am. Join us on the Promise Journey, a 40-day wellness journey to fulfilling your divine calling. Tune in to the Tanasha Gray Show, broadcasting live on weekdays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Eastern Time, powered by 106liveradio.com.
Chris Jackamick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. Being a veteran, it's interwoven into your DNA, is really the absence of the connection and the purpose that can really drive a lot of veterans to some negative thoughts. For those who are in a suicidal crisis, the window of time to save somebody's life is very short. Our duty is to protect ourselves and protect our families. And one way you can do that is store your weapons safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Hey friends, I am Carter Gray, and I am inviting you to stick and stay with us on 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7.
Do you want to showcase your brand? Visit our website, 106liveradio.com, and submit your request to set up your live in-studio interview. 106liveradio.com.
Now that so-called friend, Jesus is coming soon. My life is calling, Jesus is coming soon. Jesus is coming, my Lord, you gave your life that day. Show me love up there. If I never breathe another day, in the wrong, I'll always
And this is your girl Robin Shockley with Focus Forward Robin on the go. You never know where I'm going to be, and I'm going to tell you right now, I was stuck in traffic for a little bit, but I made it. I called Mama Ernestine. I said, please, girl, you got to pray for your girls on the road to get here. This Atlanta traffic is no joke. I'm so excited, and I'm so thankful for Jason and Miss Gabby stepping in and helping me with the show and to carry it on. And we got a little bit more to go because I want to tap into some things that we didn't get to discuss, because I was listening to the show on the way in and they did a fabulous job. But I know you got your beautiful daughter, Miss Victoria, here. Yeah. And you ladies just experienced a wonderful gathering together, went to the Beyonce concert.
Yes, we did.
Yes, and Mama Ernestine was so proud to be in the room with you and to highlight you and just look at her. She's just glowing, and I love it. It's so precious. And I know they asked you, Victoria, how do you feel about with your mother and the things that's going on in her life. And I know she said that she's back on the forefront now because she was raising the children, and now, she's following her purpose and her calling. And I know you said that, you're proud of her for what she's doing. Do you feel that any part of what she's doing, besides being, noted in the book, that you will help her in her future endeavors with some of the activities that's going on, and such as her events that she plans and such?
Oh, definitely. I feel like I'm kind of behind the scenes person for her, because she's always asking me, oh, how do I do this? How do I do that? I'm like, oh, I got you, Mom. It's easy. Let me just show you real quick. Like if it has to do with technology or anything like that, I'm like, oh, you just boop, 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 and it's done.
And making my flyers.
Yes, I make her flyers. Really just help decorate, things like that.
Yeah. So what can you say about your mom and what she means to you, more than just that you're proud of her, but maybe a takeaway that you get from her? Think back to over the years, maybe, because sometimes, as you go through your age, and like she says, you're in doing your business field and all that now, but, go back to when you were a child. Are there any special memories that you may have about your mom? Because I'm telling you, as a mother, grandmother, friend, it's always valuable to us when we hear somebody say something about, how we have impacted them.
So I will say it wasn't too long ago, but when I was actually in nursing school, or before I got into nursing school, I was trying to get in, and I hit a rough patch where I failed a class, and then I thought I was never going to become a nurse ever. And my mom, she looked at me, she saw I was crying, and I was having a kind of a panic attack at the time. And my mom came, grabbed my hands, sat down with me. She said, let's sit here and let's pray. Instantly, we just started praying. My mom has always been very biblical, and seeing that growing up has been such a huge inspiration to me as well. Recently, I just asked her, I was like, Mom, I want to get a Bible, and I want to start reading the Word as well, because I look up to that. So that would be the story I would tell.
I love that. Okay, I'm going to put a twist on it. So because I know with our children, sometimes things, don't go always perfect, as moms, or dads and such. If there's been a challenge, so to speak, where you've had maybe some confrontations because, maybe when you're tween years or whatever, what do you think, Victoria, would have been a way to get over that hump? that you can reflect on that, because there's moms that are watching the show today, and maybe they could be struggling with their teens or their young adults, and and they want that inspiration, because the way it looks like everything's so perfect, but things we know in reality it's not always perfect. So if you could be an encouragement, to the mom, for her young daughter, what would you say to that mom to how to help get over those humps?
I would say spending time together, quality time. Me and my mom, of course we have not always gotten along like every single day. Like I'll do something that is like maybe disobedient, and I'm like, oh, that was my fault, I'm sorry. Also me saying sorry, me apologizing, her apologizing, both of us coming together at the end of the day and saying I love you, stuff like that. Just forgiveness, and always reminding yourself and each other that you do love your mom, you do love your daughter. You don't want to be in a fight every single day, or you don't want to carry that fight on to the next day. So always forgiveness.
I love that. And how old are you, Victoria?
I'm 24.
24. Oh my God, you're such a wise young woman.
Thank you.
Yes, and you get it from your mother, I'm sure. Well, we are going to do a little transition, because you wouldn't be here without somebody else in the picture, right, which is your daddy, Anthony. So we're going to let you change out with him. And while you do that, I'm going to go over my sponsors for about 60 seconds. And if he can come over here and put the headphones on, so I can get a little bit of every time with him too. So we can highlight Miss Ernestine. Yes. Okay. Guys, I thank you so much for tuning in today's show with Focus Forward Robin. I have so many people to mention in just a few seconds to just go over while we're transitioning our seats. And I just want to say thank you to those that are my sponsors. One is Heart of the Carolinas in Greenville, South Carolina. We are a home care service where we nurture and care for those that are in need with that TLC and the extra tender, loving care. So if you know someone or maybe a family member that might need to be looked after, or might need to be taken to the doctor or go shopping or something, reach out to me, because I'm the marketing coordinator for Heart of the Carolinas, and I would love to help you get connected to us. You can reach me, or you can reach the office at 864-990-4345. As well as I want to mention a new restaurant. It's going to be opening in Charleston, South Carolina, that I'm doing marketing for. It's PR. It's just the Flying Biscuit. There is one. Well, there's several that are around. It's a chain. But what makes it so unique is because each location is specifically made for that area for the Flying Biscuit. And so we're opening in Charleston at the Ashley Crossing Shopping Center. So stay tuned for that. You can go to my website to read the press release at robinshockley.com. I want to mention also Miss Barbara Pinkins with Miss B, the Bling Diva. I am wearing her jewelry, and her necklace. I've got the earrings. It's a wonderful, fabulous deal that you can get for $5.50. Amazing. And then also, I cannot forget to mention always one of my sponsors is Come On In Incorporated out of Colorado. We are an international nonprofit. I work with Dr. John Williams, who I adore, who's my brother. Y'all keep him in your prayers, but because he's going through some healing transitions right now. But I am so grateful for those that contribute and help me become who I am with Focus Forward Robin. So thank you to everyone. All right, looks like Mr. Anthony is on board with us right now. And look at you guys holding hands. How sweet is that? All right, I love it. Well, Anthony, I got a few questions for you, sir. Okay. All right. How long have you guys been married?
33 years.
33 years, and you have two beautiful children. Look at her. She's just glowing. And you know what? She talks about you, and she just adores you, and she highlights you, and she talks about how wife should be for her husband. But I want you to be an encouragement to those that could be tuning in today, because 33 years is a long time.
Yes,
what makes a marriage last? What makes a marriage stick and stay this long together for the purpose? And I know you're going to say God. That's an automatic. Okay. I know keeping God number one, and your faith with him, and but to contribute anything else, what could you add?
I would say trust and friendship is very big. Having trust in one another, trust that we're both gonna move in the right direction, and which should be together. And friendship, making sure that we stay in the midst of everything, we stay friends.
See, that's very important.
It is.
Yeah. So to be friends, you definitely got to be able to communicate with one another,
Yes.
and to talk. So what are some, kind of like I asked Victoria, what are some adversaries, some things that maybe have helped you guys get over some humps in your marriage to keep going and to keep thriving?
Well, just the love for one another, basically. At the same time, you have family. So I have a son and daughter that are so nurturing to our relationship. So
that's important.
And the example that we set for them is so important. So we try to continue to uplift and keep that, that example.
Okay. What would you guys, and both of you can answer this, what would you say to a marriage that could be, struggling behind closed doors? That they're let's just say they're in that church arena. Okay. They're going to church, they're going through the motions, they're trying to serve God and everything, but they're at that breaking point. He's dealing with his own emotional, mental situations, being the head of the home, working a hard job, and she's trying to, maintain the family and trying, but there's something that's causing that division, and it could be maybe he got laid off, or maybe, she could be going through, a mental breakdown. It could be various different reasons. What would be an encouragement to our viewers that could be struggling through this situation, whatever that situation would be? What would you say or encourage them to do? Because you've already listed one thing where you said that friendship communication thing. Yes. So how do you think that you should be able to, and you both can answer this, meet each other's needs to step in to add?
Well, I would say never forget where you started from. Like with us, I remember our first Christmas. It was the best Christmas ever. We had food, we had a tree, no decoration, no presents, and we had each other. It was amazing. It was the best Christmas ever. Yes. And I think a lot of times we get away from that, where we think we need this and need that. When you don't, all you need is each other. As long as you have that trust and respect for one another, you remember, we still date. We never stopped dating. My husband on purpose had a movie room built in our home. We get dressed up and we go on dates. And I still puts things away in the other closet, because when my husband first met me and we started dating, he never knew what I was going to walk out of my mom's house in. So I've been doing that for 33 years. I still like to see him seeing me in something that he hadn't seen me in before. And it doesn't have to come to an expensive store. I go to Goodwill, Salvation Army, go to the clearance rack, just something fresh, something different that he's seeing me, like he's seeing me for the first time again. So if you're going through any type of struggles in your life, go back to the basics. Remember how you met. Remember how you started, and keep that fresh.
Yeah. Oh, I
That's
love
what
that.
I do.
That is good wisdom.
Oh, yes.
That's why your Mama Ernestine. Yeah, that's your new name for me, Mama Ernestine.
They call me Mama Queen.
Mama Queen. Okay.
Because everybody had their queen crowns on, and they was like, "Oh, you're Mama Queen," because I feel like a queen for real.
Yes, I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. What would you say, Anthony?
I would have to really piggyback off what she just said, because you got to understand that every day is a new day.
Yeah.
And to linger in the past, it really doesn't benefit unless it's something that you've learned in the past that you can apply now. So I would just say you got to keep it moving. You got to keep it moving. You got to approach every day as a new day. We'll wake up some mornings and we'll be like, even if we had a conversation last night that wasn't favorable for us, we'll be like, well, today is a new day. I love you.
Yes, we do.
We love y'all's attitude.
Precious. And we do that I mean,
every
day,
morning.
every morning.
We don't let anything negative destroy that new blessed day that we was blessed to have, because it's a gift. And I would like to add this, and I got this from my husband when we was married at 20, and my husband would always tell me this: before you make a decision to do anything, especially if it's something that has messed with your emotions or gotten you out of your comfort zone, and be able to, collect your thoughts. If you haven't collected your thoughts and ain't able to speak the way you're supposed to speak at that time, my husband would tell me these words: think about what Jesus would do, how Jesus would handle it, what Jesus would say. And that has never left me.
I love it.
And I still do that till this day.
It'll never fail you.
That's right. That is so precious. Y'all are just such a sweet, adorable couple, and I just think it's very uplifting. And so how old were you guys when y'all got together?
20.
So y'all were babies, really, yourself starting out, and you've lasted this long, and I just love it. And as we've seen with Miss Victoria, she's a beautiful young woman and stuff, and she's so proud of you. Okay, now we're gonna tap back into you a minute, and I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
So, Miss Ernestine.
Yes.
So we already talked about, Jason mentioned about your inspiration, what has inspired you, but I want to really tap into your why, because, when you were young, I don't know if you've answered this part, talk about when you were young some, but when you were young, you had ideas and dreams, and I know how you love to live elaborate, and you love to pamper women and cater to women and stuff, but what triggered that? Why do you have such a passion for that?
Well, my mother, I have to go all the way back when I was a little girl. And my mother, I have two sisters. I have an older sister and I have a younger sister. And she would get a mirror and put it within our hands. And we would recite what she would tell us to say. And she would tell us to look in the mirror and say, "You are a beautiful Black queen. And you are going to do great things. You will be able to achieve your heart's desires. If you believe it, you can achieve it." It's like I hear that over and over in my head every day. And my mother, it was the foundation. She set the foundation for me to believe that I am of a royal priesthood and I'm supposed to be able to live kingdom. And it never left me.
I love that. My mom told me I've been a judge of pageants. I've been in pageants, and my daughter was in pageants. My son was even in pageant. But my thing is, I've never really been big in it that much. And I remember my mom telling me one time, she said, "Robin, you could be Miss America if you want to be." And I was just like, I didn't have that confidence. And I'm like, I don't want to be Miss America. But then I thought, but years later, that's what helped me believe in myself. And my slogan is think, believe, achieve. And so just my mama making that statement. So there is power of life and death in the tongue and what you speak out. So moms out here, be empowering to your youth, your young daughters and your young sons, and encourage them and don't curse them. And if you make a mistake and you say the wrong thing, you know what? Retract it. Go back and be humble and apologize. So and that's something very important, because we have moms out here that are single. And then we have moms that are married who seem like they're single. And they're trying to raise these youth into young adults, and trying to speak into their lives. And some of them don't really know how to speak because they wasn't raised. And so what would you guys say to help these single parents, whether it's a man or a woman, or a married couple that are trying to raise up this next generation to believe in themselves? What would you say? We only have a few minutes left, but what would you say to be encouraging to them to move into speaking life over their family?
Words that we speak are very powerful. Like I tell my daughter and our son, my husband and I both say this: your words was meant to create, transform, remove mountains out of your way so that you can create what it is that you are believing for. And if you don't get that rooted and grounded in love on the inside of you, knowing that your words are power, you won't believe that you can do anything with your words. So when you're saying negative things to your children, guess what? You're speaking that into their life, because the life that we're living today is from the words we spoke from way back then that has transformed and created. Okay. So be careful with the words that you say to your children, because you can change their life. That's right. With one spoken word.
Exactly. Exactly.
Me, I would just like to add, have faith in yourself, because the sight, seeing without seeing. And if you feel like you can achieve something, go ahead and try it. I'm saying just, you only get one life to live.
That's right.
And you gotta throw it out there.
I love it. I love it. It's so important, and sometimes we make mistakes and we say things wrong. Like I said, be willing to go and be humble. Guys, we're going to take a brief break and we're going to come back with some closing remarks on how you can encourage those to focus forward into their calling and their purpose to live a fruitful and healthy life. Okay. Yeah. We'll be right back, guys.
One day without you, Lord, I was all alone, my mind was lost. I felt I lost my dreams, my faith. Then you
Broadcasting live from Atlanta while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
Hey there, this is Tanasha Gray, and I am a living testimony that there is no God like our God. Consider this a special invitation to pray with us every weekday morning from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. We are here together with Worship God Harvest Ministries with Minister John Jeremy and our global intercessory prayer team. We are here to pray for and with you. Meet us right here on 106inspiration.com. Your time of refreshing has come.
Hi, everyone. This is Glenisha McIntosh, author of GM Sunshine Devotionals. Join me every Sunday on the Upper Room beginning at 8 a.m. for a one-of-a-kind devotional experience as I bring to life devotionals from my book, Devotions for a Purposeful Walk. Don't miss it.
Did you know there are over 8,000 promises in the Bible? The possibilities are limitless. Let the everlasting promises of the great I Am be the soundtrack that you dance to each day. Keep them as your anthem. Friends, you were born to live an extraordinary full life, filled and punctuated with immense joy. As wellness enthusiasts, we encourage you to accept and apply, believe and receive, then confess the promises of I Am. Join us on the Promise Journey, a 40-day wellness journey to fulfilling your divine calling. Tune in to the Tanasha Gray Show, broadcasting live on weekdays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Eastern Time, powered by 106liveradio.com.
Chris Jackamick, I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. Being a veteran, it's interwoven into your DNA, is really the absence of the connection and the purpose that can really drive a lot of veterans to some negative thoughts. For those who are in a suicidal crisis, the window of time to save somebody's life is very short. Our duty is to protect ourselves and protect our families. And one way you can do that is store your weapons safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Hey friends, I am Carter Gray, and I am inviting you to stick and stay with us on 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7.
Do you want to showcase your brand? Visit our website, 106liveradio.com, and submit your request to set up your live in-studio interview. 106liveradio.com.
Get focused, get noticed, move forward. You know it, Robin. Get focused, get noticed, move forward. You know it, Robin.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today on 106 Live Radio. We're right here in Atlanta, Georgia, where excitement meets diversity 24/7. Guys, don't forget, we've got our 10-year anniversary coming up December 2nd. Everyone's invited. Stay tuned to my social media pages and 106 Live Radio's pages because we are going to be filling in information with so many exciting details about that event coming up. I've also got one more event that's coming up this coming Thursday in Charlotte, where I will be with my client, Caroline Two Time Shine, and Mr. Big South Music Management. We have a show going forward, and we got 4 entertainers that are going to be on the show. It's a country theme. I blame the backwoods, and it's going to be so great. We've got Jonathan Tucker, we got Granddaddy Lowe, we got Caroline Two Time Shine, my guy, and we have B. Myers Music. So it's going to be great. Guys, you guys have been amazing, and look at y'all. Y'all are just precious. What a wonderful, blessed couple. I want you guys just to take about 15 seconds to say something positive that pertains to you as a wife, a mother, a sister, a woman, you as a husband, a father, a man, a brother, and you as a young woman, young businesswoman, inspiring dreamer, to focus forward, encourage our viewers.
Well, I'll start out by saying, like I said, if you can see it, you can achieve it. Yeah. Dream big and go for it.
I would say faith over fear, because if you fear something, why not try it? Why not try it?
And I would say it's okay to start small. I start everything small. It may be a very large within my mindset. Yeah. However, I start small, and once I accomplish that small goal, I work and build up to my long-term goal. So never feel bad about starting a small project.
And you know what? How we met, Miss Ernestine, we met at Tina Bridges and Belle Nickerson's A Woman of Honor event, where I was being recognized as one of the queens, and you were one of the vendors that was there. You and your husband, was Victoria there too?
Victoria came for a short time.
Okay, and you guys were there, and it was pretty awesome, and we made that connection, and I share with you how I got myself in the room just like you did, and look, now you've made different connections, and that's so important. Like she just said, start small, even just a little bit. Y'all know my slogan, get yourself in that room, and that room will work for you. And that's what we're doing here at 106liveradio.com. It's so exciting to be in the room with this lovely family. Thank you so much for joining me today. And, my team, that's what we are. We're a family here at 106 Live Radio, guys. You need to make a connection with us because we join together. We fill in. I needed somebody to help assist me, and I asked Tanasha, can y'all please help me, because this family is so special. I want them to get the full effect of their full hour, and you guys came through, and I love you guys for doing that for me, Gabby and Jason. Y'all are awesome. So we're going to wrap things up. Thank you again so much for being on the show. Y'all know my slogan. What do I always say? Remember, if you think a thing, you believe a thing. If you believe it, you will achieve it. Y'all be blessed. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Who is ready to be in the 106 Live Radio studio with your girl, Robin Shockley?
Get focused, get noticed, move forward. You know it, Robin. Get focused, get noticed, move forward.